Hello, hello. Welcome to my May Marketing Bootcamp. Super happy to have you here as always. And this week is all about going into the connect part of my Create Connect offer system. And if we haven't connected yet, my name is Amy Yamada, and I'm here to help you to deeply connect with yourself, your vision, and your ideal clients so that you can create the impact and the income that you've always wanted. Now, I always think back to when I was within my first year or so of having my business, and I remember thinking I had to have all these things in place before I got started with my business. I thought, oh my gosh, I have to have like the perfect website. I had to have the perfect opt-in page. I had to have an email list and raving fans, massive audience, online marketing funnels, opt-ins, like the list goes on and on and on. And it was just like crazy town. Because like if I spent all my time getting all that stuff ready, then I probably would still not have launched my business. You know what I mean? There's just so much that at the beginning you think, or at least I thought I had to do. And I didn't realize that I could simplify things and actually not have all of those things in place before getting started. So it's not that I don't believe in opt-in pages and online marketing funnels and email list building, all of that. However, from my strong point of view, you don't have to have those things in place before you start. So as we've been working our way through the May Marketing Bootcamp, let's go back. So at the beginning, it was all about your vision and really being clear with your vision, your monthly big picture planning, all the things that are really setting you up for success, for focus. And then we went right into the create part of the Create Connect offer system that I developed just for you, right? I didn't know I was designing it, but I was going through it. And when I look back now, it's just amazing how this is a system that works. It's a system I keep coming back to. And so we got really into the create part. So the last module was all about creating your marketing mission statement, creating your connection with your audience. So today we're going to talk all about connection. So, okay, let me back up for a moment. So I just got complete with a 2-day Powerhouse Mastermind event. So this is for my Powerhouse Mastermind clients that are part of this amazing community that we're building and we're growing and expanding. And I just love these individuals. They're so purpose driven. And one of the exercises we did was this. Oftentimes I will hear entrepreneurs say, I just don't know where to find clients. Where do you find clients? I can't find my clients. And I'm like, clients are everywhere. And so in order to prove this point, I actually have my big Post-it right here. It's all backwards, right? I can't fit the whole thing on the screen. But one of the things I had them do was I had them each shout out different ways to find clients. So I'm just gonna rattle these off of this big Post-it. So they're like Facebook Lives, clearly, right? Referrals, podcast, YouTube, Smile and Dial, which is one of my favorites, of course. Pinterest, Instagram, blogging, events, conversations, just simply starting conversations, workshops, articles, having a booth or a table at an event, like a sponsorship, online marketing funnels, email marketing, LinkedIn, coffee. I just love that one. Just coffee, having coffee with people. Somebody said pedicures. I was like, that's a good one. So social outings, you can start conversations with people around you. Texting and mobile, Facebook Messenger, Facebook group page, word of mouth, speaking, webinars and free trainings, cross promotions, summits and list building, online challenges, Facebook ads. Do you see how there are so many ways? Like somebody like, wait, stop. You can always listen back to this later. Here's the thing. There's so many ways to attract clients. And I don't believe that you need to do all of these things. I think you'd get into like crazy town if you tried to juggle all these different ways to attract clients. So instead, the whole purpose of this exercise was, first of all, to shift over to the abundant mindset that your ideal clients are everywhere and they're actually looking for someone like you in your industry to help them get to where they want to go. It's just about you raising your hand saying, I'm right here, I've got you, connect in with them and find out what they want and see how you can best help them. So with this list that I just rattled off, which you can do the same exercise, just really think about like, what are all the different ways I already know that I can attract clients? And if you want to brainstorm with people, of course, you can reach out to others who are commenting here or even get together with a couple of other entrepreneurs and brainstorm them, or talk to someone from my team. We'll tell you. Here's the key thing. It's not for you to juggle 20 different ways to attract clients and get caught up in shiny object syndrome. It's like as soon as somebody learns one strategy and they get bored with it, they're like, oh, shiny object, I should try this other thing. How about you become masterful at the thing that you're doing? So my point is, once you make this list, I'm inviting you and encouraging you to select your top 2 or 3 strategies that totally resonate with you. right? That totally resonate with you, because ultimately, if you're not aligned with the client attraction strategy, then it's likely that you're not going to really be enrolled in it. You're not going to take the steps. And it's not going to work. You know, what works for one person may not work for another because you're not enrolled in it. So I love speaking from stages. I love doing Facebook Lives. You know, there's things that I love doing. So of course, when I do it, I put all my heart into it. I get into it and I make it happen. And that's where I organically and strategically also attract clients. Now, some people are deathly afraid of speaking on stages. It's like the number one fear. So if I decided that all my clients have to speak on stages, I probably would lose some of them unless that was my initial hook. Like if my messaging was all around, I'm going to teach you how to sell from a stage, which there are great coaches who do that, then I would attract those types of people. However, I believe in my create, connect, to offer system. And in this case, you get to choose your own adventure, right? So think about, okay, what are my top 2 to 3 ways that I resonate with? And then instead of getting into shiny object syndrome, just decide that these are the ways that resonate with me. And I'm so committed to becoming masterful at them, and then really focus on one at a time. So for me, my favorite ways are through social media. And that's a huge topic, by the way. So social media and breaking it down to specifically, I love attracting clients organically through social media. So building connections, and I'm going to go into that a little bit today, using Facebook Messenger, Facebook Lives. Like, I just love it, love it, love it. I've done Facebook advertising. I've done other things that are like fancy online marketing funnels. However, I feel confident in my ability to connect with people. So if you're a connector like me, then sometimes you can actually attract more clients organically than you can with Facebook advertising, in my opinion, unless you like really take the time to do all the split testing and crack the code with your Facebook advertising. So unless you've got the right team and the amount of money to like put into that, then you can do it organically. Okay. So that's one of my favorite ways. So through Facebook. Another way that I love attracting clients is through speaking, whether it's online or in person. So speaking from stages, speaking from if I'm interviewing on a podcast or a summit, having my own summit, so speaking that way, me doing free training. So speaking both online and in person, which again can be a broad topic, but I mix them up in a way that feels organic to me. And then the third way is all about email marketing. So that's for those of you who have like done list building of any kind, whether it's through summits or online challenges, like if you did a 7-day clean eating challenge and you did a Facebook ad campaign to drive traffic to your opt-in page, that's another really great way. So my point is, those are my favorite ways, and you get to get clear with your favorite ways, okay? So one of the ways I have found as a very easy, and I realize that it's not easy for everyone. So what's been easy for me is through like an organic connection through Facebook. So let me break that down for you, because if you're like me, clearly you're on Facebook with me right now. So that's awesome. Some of you are watching the replay. Some of you may be watching this on YouTube or on my blog. For those of you who are watching live or the replay here, then you're on Facebook, right? So I love using things like my personal Facebook page. So the first thing I want to share with you is using your personal profile. So let me back up for a moment. If you are in the Facebook, like if you understand the Facebook industry, when somebody says Facebook page, that actually means your business page. Like if you really want to learn Facebook terminology, Facebook page is actually your business page, and then your personal profile is your personal page. But for the sake of this particular Facebook Live, I'll just say your business page and your personal page, okay? So I invite you to think about, are you open to using your personal Facebook page as a place to connect with people? Oh, there's Bella. A little cameo here from Bella. She's probably like, I want to get out. I'll take her out in a moment. So I personally chose that I'm open to having my personal profile, my personal Facebook page be a place where I connect with people. So that is a personal decision on your point, and I'm not here to tell you to do it or not do it. I'm just sharing with you what has worked for me. So I am one of those people who has, thousands of friends, right? Connections, excuse me, on my personal Facebook page. And I'm okay with that because it's given me a platform to connect with people and get to know them on a personal level. And of course, it's not that I know all these thousands of people on a personal level. And over time, I connect with more and more of them. So I just made that personal choice. You get to choose whether or not that works for you. And then it's also important to have a Facebook page, meaning a Facebook business page or a public profile page. Okay. So let's see. You know what? I'm going to take a moment and honor my dog. Hold on one second. All right, Bella. spontaneous face. Sometimes your dog just needs to go and play with other people downstairs. Okay, so you get to choose. Okay, so then you can have your personal page, your business page. I know some people are like, do I have to have a business page? Yes, you do, because here's the thing. Your personal profile, personal page is for you to post personal things, and your business page is to post for business, okay? So sometimes people, and this was me too at the beginning, sometimes people say, but I don't really have any followers or likes on my business page. That's okay. You're going to invite people there. Okay? And over time, it'll grow. I also, at this point in my journey, I have more people on my personal page than my business page, and my business page numbers are growing. Side note, for those of you who are just like, yeah, I have thousands of people on my personal page. In fact, it doesn't even feel personal anymore. There is a way for you to actually merge your pages if you wanted to, if you decided that I want to bring my personal page and make it all my business or public profile page. So you can decide if you want to do that. The only thing is, my understanding is if you merge them, it's not like you can go back. It's like, so once you take that step, now you have a bigger following on your business page. And then you could start a new personal page. So totally up to you. I personally have not done that, but I've known others who have successfully done that. So you can look that up online to see how exactly to do that. Okay, so let me bring it back. So number one, deciding if you're going to use your personal Facebook page as a place to network and connect with people and even attract clients. So you get to decide that. So once you've decided that, then you can use this to build connections. So you'd want to post on both your personal page and your business page. So posting just actual posts, images, Facebook Lives. Again, keep it separate. So sometimes I'll still do Facebook Lives on my personal page. I just won't be doing calls to action and that kind of thing. I'm just sharing about my life. But it does connect. And I mean, obviously I'm the golden thread between my personal life and my business life. I feel like it's all intertwined. And actually, someone said to me, it was actually my boyfriend's daughter, Josie. It was really cute. We were at dinner with all of my powerhouse entrepreneurs in Seattle last Thursday evening. And she was just, taking it all in and connecting with all these wonderful people. She's 11 years old. And at one point she looked at me and she said, you know what, Amy, you know what I love about you? And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. She said, I love that your clients, they don't feel like clients. They feel like friends, or they feel like family. And it just warmed my heart that she said this, because that's how I feel about them. That's how I feel about connecting with people. It goes beyond business, It's like, why not always come from a place of love and compassion and really build that relationship, So I'm so like, oh my gosh, say it again. No, I was kidding. But it was just so beautiful for her to say that. And I was like, wow, that's really neat. So my point is, I always see it as like, why not let people in on my personal page and build that personal relationship and know that I can still be myself even in this platform on my business page, okay? So posting on both consistently can work really well. In fact, Olga, who's on my team, she's my creative director. She does all my photos and website and graphic design. She's amazing. One of the things she and I talked about once was, think of it as like like you're a reporter. You're like reporting your life. You're sharing your life. So even when you're sharing things, instead of like, here's the food that I ate, which is fine. You can say share a story behind what it is you're posting, so it is of interest to the reader. Like whether it's friends or family members or people that you're connecting with, share the story behind what it is you're posting, so that people get an idea of who you are. When you do that, then once you actually have the opportunity to talk to somebody one-on-one, or you speak on a stage where you meet some of those people in person, they'll actually come up to you and say, oh my gosh, I don't mean to sound like a stalker or whatever, but I follow you online. I'm like, no, I put myself out there so that we can connect. It's all good. And they say things like, I just feel like I know you. And I love that, because I'm putting myself out there in a way where I'm choosing to just pull back the layers and the masks and say, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. This is what I love to do. And here's how I love to help people. And it's my passion. And so when people feel that connection with you, it makes it much easier for them to, know, like, and trust you. And then if you meet someone who is your ideal client, then when you get to the point of making an offer, which is we're going to be covering that, so don't worry, in the marketing bootcamp, it's a lot easier because you already have established that deep connection, which I'm all about. Okay. So to bring it back, first of all, decide if you're going to use your personal Facebook page to connect with people. And if you are, start friend requesting, accepting friends. Don't accept everybody. There are some creepers or fake profiles out there. So take a look at them and decide. I remember somebody telling me that their rule of thumb is that if they have 0 mutual friends, probably not going to get accepted, you know? So thinking about who are those mutual friends, and maybe sometimes it's good to do a sweep and go through and say, okay, maybe for a while I accepted anybody. Like actually probably at this point, because I know earlier I was like, oh, friends with everybody. It might be good to do a sweep where it's like, you know, I can remove some people that are really not my people, and that's okay too, right? It's like, let it go and let go of attachment. So the second is posting consistently and making sure that when you're posting consistently that you have a theme of your posts. So you could even do an exercise where you think about what do I want to convey through this platform? What do I want to convey? So, and then write down descriptive words of like, okay, I want to be inspiring. I want to share my lifestyle, which I love travel. I love fashion. I love my dog. I love being outside. I love sunshine. You know, so think about things that you love in your personal life, be willing to share, you know, being with family and loved ones. Think about what do you want to share in terms of your business. That goes back to your marketing mission statement, your marketing messaging that we covered last week. So what are those things that you want to convey? So for me, it's marketing messaging, the power of deep connection, my create, connect, offer system. So just some of those sound bites and think like, okay, these are the things that I want to convey and then I'm committed to conveying through this platform. And then taking it a step further, so I know that part of what I was going to talk about, what I'm talking about now, is around Facebook Messenger, and this can also be relevant to texting. So with Facebook Messenger, I feel like it's an underutilized platform unless some of you are using this. So you can start conversations like daily with new people through Facebook Messenger. So for example, every once in a while what I'll do, I mean, now I have a team of people who are also in enrollment alongside me on my team, you know, sales team. I also still am in enrollment in my own company. So what I'll do is I'll take an evening and I'll be like, put on the yoga pants, kick back, relax, got my dog, have some background music, whatever. And I'll look and see who's on my live Facebook, like who's on right now on Facebook through Facebook Messenger. And I'll take a look at their profiles. And if they are coaches and service-based entrepreneurs, based on their profile, I'm like, gosh, they would be a really great connection to make. Now, notice I say connection and not like, I want to sell this person into my program, right? I don't know that yet. I don't. So I will start conversations. So it's all about creating engagement through Facebook Messenger. So this is what that can sound like. So say I'm connected with someone who is a health coach, and say that I looked at their profile, I see that they're a health coach, I like their vibe. I send them a private message, right, through Facebook Messenger, and I'll say, hey, Kathy, first of all, I just want to say, if we've never connected, I'll say, hey, I just want to say hello. So happy we're connected through Facebook. And I see that you're a health coach, would love to get to know you better. That's it. That's the whole thing. If somebody has commented on something I've posted, whether it's just a post or a Facebook Live, then I may say something like, hey, Kathy, thank you so much for being on my Facebook Live today. Loved your positive energy, or I hope that my answer helped you. Like if I answered them on the Facebook Live, like just start the conversation. Just as you would if you were at a networking event. Like I always think back to my networking days and how if I went out to and I still network, but I do so much more online now than I used to. But when I worked in the local media, my way of attracting clients was to go to all these networking events and build connections. And I've now used that skill set online. So if I was at an actual in-person networking event, I would go up to someone and say, hi, my name's Amy. What's your name? And tell me what brought you to this event. And we would start a conversation. We just start and go back and forth like, normal human beings to get to know each other, find out how you can help them. So it's not just about getting, it's about contributing, right? Being generous, saying, well, gosh, is there anything I can do to help you? Or listen for ways that you can help them and be committed to helping them. And then, it may be something where you could take it a step further and schedule a meeting. So when I did it in the networking world, what that would like local networking in person, then I would say, well, hey, I would love to continue this conversation. I think we should grab coffee and go into, a deeper talk about this and see how we might be able to help each other or see how I might be able to help you. And then I'd pull up my calendar on my phone and say, what are you doing on Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific? I wouldn't say Pacific. I'm so automated with that now because I talk to people all the time. I wouldn't say that if I was in person, clearly. I'd say, what are you doing on Friday at 10 a.m.? And so they'd look at their calendar and I would book the appointment right then and there. Like, where are we meeting? Where are we going? Get their information, all that good stuff, right? It's the same thing online. It's the same thing. So in this case, I would go back and forth with them through Facebook Messenger until it may or may not. If it gets to a point where I believe that there's something further I can share with them over the phone or over Skype or Zoom, then I would say, hey, so-and-so, I say, hey, Kathy, I'm just making this name, Kathy. Hey, Kathy, there's a strategy that has worked really well for me in my coaching business and it's worked well for my clients. And I'd love to share it with you. Are you available either right now for, to jump on a call or maybe tomorrow morning at a certain time? And I would say, are you available? Because we just jump on a call. I'd be happy to share that with you. By that point, we've gone back and forth enough, just a handful of times, maybe just depending. I just intuitively can see like, gosh, I could so help this person. And at that point, we jump on a call. And here's another key thing, follow through with what you said you're going to help them with, right? Don't just get on and bait and switch them, right? So follow through, help them. And if and only if you believe that what you offer, so whether it's a coaching package, a service, an opportunity, if and only if you believe what you offer can make a bigger difference for them, then make the offer. So here's what that can sound. Because sometimes people are like, oh, but I don't want to feel like I went from here, I'm going to give you something, and now I'm going to sell you something, right? The bait and switch. You can transition in a way that's really beautiful and within integrity. So it could sound something like this. I could say, Kathy, like, I hope this has been helpful. We built this relationship, we've been talking. And say, one of the things that keeps coming up in the back of my mind is I've got my Powerhouse California retreat and a 6-week intensive program is coming up really soon. And I really believe it could help you. Do you mind if I share with you what that even looks like? And just know there's no pressure for you to step in. Something heart-centered and very real and very authentic. I mean, I would want to know if somebody has something that could help me get to where I want to go. And if they said it in that way, because it's not just about like pitching somebody, right? It's about really like being loving and being compassionate and then saying, well, hey, this is something I keep thinking about for you. Do you mind if I share with you what that would even look like? And if you ever feel a wall coming up, just say, and just know there's no pressure. I just see where it is that where you are now and where you want to go. And I believe this could help you get there, And then be open to feedback. If they're like, actually right now I'm good. Or yeah, sure, you can tell me about it. I don't know if I'm in a place to step in, but I'm happy to hear about it. So if you just like, basically for lack of a better phrase, like don't make it weird, don't make it awkward. Just say, hey, I want to help you. Does that make sense? So that way, and just know that in this May Marketing Bootcamp, I'm going to get into offers. So I'm going to help you with that as well. But do you see how it's just a very like organic way of starting a conversation, creating engagement? When you see, if and when you see that you can help them further, suggesting that we jump on the call, help them. If in that call you determine your offering can help them further, then transition smoothly, ask permission. And then if they say, yes, great, here's what that looks like. What do you think? And anytime you ask a question, I say it a million times, but still people don't do this. Ask a question and then be quiet. Don't keep talking. So if I said, so what do you think about that? Because blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. So I just say, what do you think about that? And then I can create space for them to answer. Does this make sense? And no, I'll answer a couple of questions at the end here. So a couple more quick things. So this can also be relevant in texting. So obviously with texting, you would need their phone number. So if you don't have phone numbers, then I would focus just on Facebook Messenger. One great resource for some of you for attracting clients and connecting with clients is to actually go through your phone. I don't know about you, but I have so many phone numbers on my phone from like past clients, past prospective clients, connections I've made at events, entrepreneurs I've become friends with. So you could actually scroll through your phone. And if you're like me, or even if you have, 50 or 100 people, you could scroll through. And either there might be people who are right there in your phone that are your ideal client, or there are people who may know your ideal client. So you can either have a connection call where you're simply there to connect and catch up and help each other out, or it could become more of a consultation type call where it shifts into enrollment. Okay. Others of you, if you're a little bit more advanced and you actually and you have opt-in pages and you're doing online marketing funnels, I want to give credit to Alex Mendozian, who recently spoke on a training call that I was on. He said you could add into your opt-in page, instead of just name, email address, you can also add in phone number for when people are opting in for whatever it is you're offering, whether it's a free gift, a summit, a free training, webinar, that kind of a thing. So of course, the question that comes up for most of us is like, well, wouldn't that decrease the number of people that will opt in for the offering? Probably. And those people are likely to be more qualified because they're willing to give you that number. So again, it's a personal choice on your part. I may be playing around with that in the near future. I did do that when I spoke last year at the Zone event, where I had a room drop. So that's when a card is handed out to everybody during your talk and they could choose if they're going to fill it out. I included their name, email address, phone number, and website if they had one. And it is, of course, people sometimes chose not to put that information in. When they did, then that was telling me that they're okay with me reaching out, connecting with them. So you can text them. So you can personally just send them a text message. Same thing. Hey, it was so great connecting with you at the Zone event, or hey, it was so great connecting you. And maybe they were on your podcast or something. And start a conversation. Go back and forth. So that could be, that can be time consuming. And if you're like me and you have these premium offerings, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 of offerings, then going back and forth and taking the time personally to connect with them, it's not a bad thing. Plus, you're going to build a relationship from the very beginning. The other resource I have yet to use, and again, I'm giving Alex Mendozian credit on this, who I heard about, Skipio, Skipio, Skipio. You can check that out. I know my team and I are checking that out as well. And that's when you could do, I believe, more automated texting. I shouldn't even be speaking on this because I'm not the expert. So go ahead and look at Skipio and see if it's for you. Okay, one more thing. The biggest mistake entrepreneurs make when it comes to sending Facebook messenger messages or texting, and I receive these messages often, okay? So I just want to say this because I see it all the time, is when entrepreneurs send a message. So I'll receive a Facebook message from someone saying, hey, Amy, I just wanted to connect with you and I see what you're doing and I think you should be a part of this thing, right? Or you should check out my website, or you should check out how I create systems for entrepreneurs, or whatever it is. I mean, with so much love, I'm not here to judge anyone. And if it's you, if you're cringing right now, like, oh my gosh, that's me. It's been me before too. So just hear that. It's not building a relationship first. That's like going, imagine yourself at a networking event where you walk up to someone and say, like if I went to somebody and say, hi, my name's Amy and you should buy my program, right? I would never do that. Or hi, my name's Amy, here's my website. Like I would never, ever, ever, ever do that. So why would I do that through Facebook Messenger? Build the relationship first, go back and forth, find out more about them before you're trying to sell them something, or even if you're trying to give something away, build the relationship first and it'll go over much better. Okay, so on that note, if you have a question, this is where I love to give shout outs. If you have a question, go ahead and post it. And I may have time for one or two questions. So go ahead and post it below. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kristen. Hey, Judy. Jennifer, Angel, Amy, Shannon, good morning, good morning. Hi, Olga. Hey, Tracy, aloha. Christina, great turnout this morning. So happy to have your energy here. Hey, Karima, Yvette. Yvette's like on all, I'm so proud of you for being so like present for the May Marketing Bootcamp. Hi, Olivia, Cece, Sophia, Chrissy, oh my goodness. Hey, Sheila, seeing some of my powerhouses on here. Hey, Lisa, hey, Orchid, hey, Megan. Shout outs, giving shout outs. Hey, Anahita, Sonia. Okay, so if you have a question, go ahead and type it in right now so I can help you out. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Kirkland, Washington, by the way. If you've never been to the Seattle area, come when it's sunny. I know we're not known for sunshine. It is the most beautiful place when the sun is shining. You've got the lakes and the mountains and the trees. It is just stunning. So there's my little weather report for you. Does anyone have any questions? Or you guys are like totally like, I'm going to jump on Facebook Messenger and start this strategy. I know it takes a moment. Okay, Megan, how would you start a conversation so you can let them know that the focus is a fit call without being salesy? Like I said, Megan, I don't make an offer on every call. So I don't go into it thinking I'm going to make an offer on every call. If you're wanting it to be like a fit call, then what you could do is, first of all, go back and forth to get to know them better. And then just say, well, I do have this off. If you want to this is another way you could do it. I do have this offering that might be of interest to you. And then this is the key thing that I will say time and time again. Do not be attached to whether or not somebody is is going to become your client. Do not be attached, and instead be committed to helping them no matter what. So that is just the stand that I take when I'm about to get on a call with someone. So what you could do is say, hey, I have a strategy that I want to help you with. And if you and I both feel that what I offer can help you further, then I would love to share that with you. So that's another way that you can set your call up. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Christina, every time I post on my business page, I'm asked to pay. Do you pay? Yes, they do say boost this post, or if you want to get more exposure, do this. I often don't. Unless I'm in a Facebook ad campaign time frame in my journey. So I don't. I don't. And I do email. A lot of you are probably on my email list, so I do promote my Facebook Lives to my email list. If I did not have an email list, then I would personally reach out to people, create engagement, and invite them, right? So I use the same strategy of like, hey, Christina, I just want to get to know you better. We're friends on Facebook. I see that you do this for a living. I love connecting with other powerhouse entrepreneurs. We go back and forth. And then I may say, well, hey, just so you know, I do a Facebook Live every, say it's weekly. Like I usually throughout the year, I do it weekly, every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And tomorrow's topic, if it's that date, I would say, is on this topic that might be helpful to you. Do you want to join me tomorrow and be on the Facebook Live? So if I didn't have a list, I would do a little hustling to invite people personally there. So I don't pay unless I'm in a Facebook ad campaign, if that's part of my strategy. So I hope that helps. Kelly, if the person doesn't respond, do you follow up multiple times? Kelly, I might follow up a few times on Facebook Messenger. I also recognize that not everybody checks their Facebook Messenger. So if they don't respond, then at some point I stop and, just trust the process. Megan, if I find I'm trying to be personal, it gets vague. If I'm direct, they don't get back to me, I believe is what you're saying. Yeah, it's just a practice, Megan, because you get to be your authentic self and just go back and forth. When you say you're trying to be personal, so let me be clear here. Yes, I'm being my authentic personal self. I'm also getting to know them as if I were networking with them at a networking event that's for entrepreneurs. So if you're connecting with people that are that you see that could potentially be your ideal client, then I would get to know them better and see what is it, what are they up to in their lives? What's their vision? I would just get to know them better. And then if and only if I felt like I could help them, then I would invite them to a call. So Megan, it just takes practice, seeing how people respond to you, over time, if you're doing this strategy and you're like, gosh, nobody's getting back to me, then notice always look for the golden thread. Always look for the golden thread. Where is it that I get stuck here? Where is it that people stop responding to me? And then just really kind of self-analyze or work with a coach and say, hey, these are the types of messages I'm reaching out to people. Reach out to somebody on my team and we can help you. So, hey, Holly. Yes, I love this strategy too. Okay, Olivia, how do you start an enrollment conversation with someone you already are friends with or have a relationship with? Ooh, good one. I love this one. Okay, so this is one that can, a lot of times for people, including myself, can be uncomfortable. I don't want my friends to feel like I'm selling to them, right? So if I've ever talked to a friend about an offering, so remember, this is my little voice that comes up, my little friend who annoys me, my annoying little friend. They'll say, don't make the offer to your friend, or don't start a conversation. They're your friend. No, this is weird. Then if it gets really loud, then I call it out by saying it. So Olivia, who you are a friend, you are a powerhouse entrepreneur as well. So if I were reaching out to you for the first time and saying, and we're friends, I know you, and the voice is coming out and say, Olivia, I whenever we talk, I hear where it is you want to go, and I hear where you are now. And there's a part of me that holds back. I have this little voice inside me that's just don't try to talk about your offerings because she's your friend, and that might make it weird. And at the same time, I so just want to make a difference for you, and I can see very clearly how I can help you get there. Do you mind if I share with you what that would even look like? And totally, my friendship with you is more important than anything else. So if this doesn't align, please, I'm open to feedback. So I really I come from a place of vulnerability around it. And sometimes your friends are just waiting for you to make an offer, but they don't want to make it weird either. So, it's up to you. But does that make sense? The other thing you could do is if you have friends that are also authoritative or opinionated in their approach to life, then say, do you mind if I share what I'm up to and get your feedback? I really respect your opinion and I would love your feedback on it. So sometimes when I've done that with people, it's like a way of embedding what I do, like seeding what I do and seeing how they respond. So it's not about being manipulative. It's just finding out how they respond. There's been times where they're like, well, gosh, Amy, I might be interested in that. And I'm like, really? Let's talk, So that's another way you could do it. Hey, Jess. Okay. Yvette, hung out at Fort Lewis, got a weekend in Seattle. Awesome. What's your ratio of content versus a call to action? Gosh, that's a great question, Yvette. I should know this. I just focus on generosity, and then you'll hear me seed and embed what it is I'm up to. So a lot of you may have heard me say Powerhouse California, because I literally have a few spots left in this. So I'm just giving you a little peek behind the scenes. I do that on purpose because I know that there are those of you who really should be at Powerhouse California, meaning you should be there on June 24th and 25th in Rancho Santa Fe, which is near San Diego, for a 2-day intensive. And it's surrounded with a 6-week intensive group coaching program with a small group of entrepreneurs. So the reason why I embed that and seed that, because I know that there are those of you who really should be there. And either you'll reach out to me or my team and I will reach out to you and say, hey, I see where you are now. I have an idea of where you want to go. Let's have a conversation to see if it's a fit. And then if so, let's talk about it. Or sometimes I'll have people come to me and say, hey, I keep hearing you talk about Powerhouse California. I even saw you do all these posts from Powerhouse Florida. And I feel like I'm meant to have a conversation with you about it. And I have no idea how I'm going to, oftentimes, I don't know how much it is. I don't know if I could pay for it. And I feel like I should have a conversation with you about it, right? So sometimes it's not like a straight up, here's what I'm doing. It can be seeding it within your conversation while being highly generous with your content. If you want more quality and consistent leads, then put more quality and consistent content out there in the world and watch what happens when people come to the surface, because they will, okay? So I don't have a ratio available for you, but I hope that answer still helps. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So if I didn't get to your question, then just know that my team and I will be checking throughout the day what your questions are. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and post your question below. We'll do our best to get back to it. And this week is all about connection, my favorite topic. So do join me 9 a.m. Pacific throughout the week. And I'm even going to be in Florida part of this week. So it's going to be fun to do some on site over there. And so, so here's the invitation I have for you is to click on the share. If this has made a difference for you, click on the share button and put a little note so that together we can make a bigger difference for purpose-driven entrepreneurs. All right, everyone, it's been great connecting in with you. Sending you so much love. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.